Impermanence to eyes turn. Finally strongly nodding. Probably the most popular getting met laughed out loud. Finally, close to his ear, he whispered. So far, all the pieces have been laid down. Just waiting later, based on the identity of the person who escaped his destiny. Let's start turning the tide. 5 days later, on the day of the centenary of the Emperor, the world was congratulated by the Great Commission. The delegation of Kin Nung was sanctified. The world is prosperous hung thin. Congratulations to the whole country. Most likely, the world is currently in the kingdom. Dress the corner of the mouth hanging wicked smile. Party of the day. That's the origin of it all. It's also the end of it all. Say it and walk out. The man of the house was soon there waiting for him. I just saw why. State leaders can't resist. Laughing out a voice of exclamation. Track the butler. Today you're going on a date with the marshal. Hai also laughed and nodded. Most likely, the world refused to give the idea of mysterious laughter. Anyway, give me the title of the world as first great steward. Give him a face. At my longevity party. The normal brotherhood. You don't care about these illusory things. Why today? Stunned for a moment, he asked the opposite. Not even waiting for him to finish. Most likely, the world interrupted Van Hai. Later, no matter what. You must not be confused either. He is the owner of a family. This is the minimum. There are 4 demons. Let me remind you of last night. By Y roll call. The 4 demons is a bit of a thrill. Laughing, the butler assured me. Other things I dare not say. But we are very good at this kind of thing, ha ha ha. Distractions are often difficult to understand. I look at them and wonder what they are asking. What kind of money are you playing? It doesn't answer her problem either. Most likely straight feet. You're welcome, let's go. The lost people saw him leave. Hurry to follow behind. It is lost. I usually want to sit in the same place as the best. But today he stepped on the carriage of Vandu. It stopped her for a moment. I saw her suddenly stop walking. Doubt or shout. His face shows a little loss. The lost man often shakes his head and says, let's go. That the dew most surely sees coming. Can't avoid startled. To red cheeks bow shy. I am most likely to see her expression. Voice teasing professed high. You don't like to sit near me. Then you've got to get used to it. Later the day. We sat alone together for a long time. What the fog did not understand cried out. Real, most likely, it doesn't answer her questions. Close your eyes and rest. That the fog right now. In my heart like a deer running. Suddenly with a little joy. A moment after the train of the lost. We finally reached the royal gate. Where the 3 princes were soon there to welcome. The carriage door opened. It's the shit that comes down together. People can't help but be stunned. Right now from the second carriage. People find the situation more surprising. It is the most probable. And put the skeletons on the wagon. And hold her hand. In the distance looking too. I can't help but shake my head. You must be a very rich man. Every day I look at you and I embrace you openly. You told me how a single dog like me lives. Most probably not deny it. Just slowly put on a grin. To be honest, they were all fake. This time it's real. Hear this word. I can't believe I'm looking at you. His face was again more red. Her heart beat so fast that she can't control it. Often hear about the body cannot hold. I can't believe I'm shivering. In front of everyone confessing their feelings. The prince laughed for an hour. That's right, congratulations to the butler. You guys are really awesome, ha. Most likely, hold your head high. On the face, a smile is accepted. But he is only a shame. Keep your head down and you can't say a word. Just when they were about to enter, a sound of yin-yang monster air echoing due. The butler has a new fun. Shut up form is not disrespectful. HOA long stick angry boss scolded loudly. Finally, look at the most sure thanks haha. The butler is too shy. She's straight, don't blame her. Slowly shaking his head. The most secure clenched fingerprints do up. In front of everyone, a small laugh. No, she's right. He really changed his joy. 429 ignored the noise outside the gate. Everyone finally came in together. From the very beginning, there were martial arts masters waiting. There are people of canine velvet. Everyone was fully present. The Emperor's birthday party. It also officially started. Right now, the prince brought the two princes into the first place. Let's all laugh together and say ha. Today is my father's centennial birthday. It's a happy day for the whole country. Congratulations. Especially the Cayenne Nung delegation from far away. God's grace shines everywhere. Sky dance can velvet connected immediately. I am not familiar with such rituals. Just a silent nod without speaking. At the same time in the library, the Emperor glanced at the black man. Kneeling on the ground asked, "Have you all come enough?" Your Majesty has had enough. Your Majesty, give instructions. The black medicine man bowed his head to the newspaper. The Emperor in his hand held a piece of chess. The cold eyes spoke. It's good you should have come. This chessboard is finally coming to an end. The secret order began to be executed 1,000 years ago. The universe is me. Put down the chess piece in your hand. Emperor. Suddenly he turned towards the hall. The next eunuch was also in a hurry. Your Majesty is unique. A sharp little voice echoed. The old emperor said, slowly enter the hall and go straight. Long sit down. Scan your eyes and look at everyone, raise your voice. Today is my life. It's a fun day for the whole country. I hope you're sitting here. Especially the canned velvet delegation. The road is far away. You can sit down happily. Thank you, Your Majesty. Wishing you all the best. Everyone bowed their heads together. Then sit down quietly. The prince stood up again. Move forward to steps. He stood in front of the emperor laughing. The 100-years-old god. The whole country is happy. Today my son prepared a gift. I wish you a happy life in Kongjiang Sun forever. Long live, long live, long live. Yes, the wise prince is wise about this Buddha ceremony. I have to look through it. It must be something unique, haha. Slowly stroking the emperor's beard with a big smile on his face. Directly swing your hands, casually say rise. Just withdrew. The two eunuchs then respectfully held up a picture. In front of everyone. I can only see that inside is a set of watercolors. Jiang Sun magnificent. The water waves are as vivid as the real thing. But underneath the picture there are 3 Danish words. The picture just came out. The storm surge of fear turned people up. I can't believe it. This is the painting of the social order of Dantanshan. First West Zhou. Sao school cartoon. The prince laughed and said no. The guy has eyes. This is a beautiful work. That old man's rare legacy. That's the rule. Look at their expressions. Most likely the world silently pouts contempt. It's just a picture. What's so horrible? To be so amazed, Sao. That's right now. The prince explained again. Everyone knows, even if it's our sky. Or velvet canes. Not too late. It's just a small country in Western Europe. But 800 years. In the West, a man appeared. It's not just power that surpasses people of the same time. In Western Europe, that I'm passionate about calligraphy can be said to be martial arts. With your own power. Successively challenge 10 great apostolic. To become the first master. There's nothing to argue about in Western Europe. I heard that person once painted a masterpiece with AO2. It's this picture of the Gypsy Code. At that time, he saw this water paint as a life and death paint. I am constantly drunk with my own art. Has made a vow. I can then take this picture and find him. He is certain. Will fulfill a wish of that person. Even help that person shoot down the Jiangshan. It doesn't matter. Banfeng Waterfall. Of course I know this legend. If the rumors are true. This painting fell into the hands of the sky today. It's really a great thing. When he glanced at the ghost. The face is a little unimportant. They have to take it back. At this time, the most likely to suddenly speak up. Then Your Highness, may I ask this young man? Where is it now? The prince's face was a little unsightly in his heart. Why is this news killer? He kept a little calm and laughed. Hearsay, this guy went missing 800 years ago. They hide in the present. No one knows his whereabouts. The most contemptuous pout of his lips, mocking. Who can't find? What does a picture do? Hear this word. The wind is blowing, and the words are not wrong. Master disappeared for 8 years. You can just jump out. This picture, after all, it's just a picture. There's no big threat. On the contrary, the prince here is constantly angry. This guy broke him in front of the crowd. The gifts he gave before. It looks like it's a given. Right now. The emperor above Dragon Yui suddenly spoke. Prince, I have a heart. The army should still put people first. People who have the heart have the world. If you're based on the cult table, although temporarily stable Jiang paint, it doesn't last long. This picture, although it doesn't work, the army of heaven, but a masterpiece has a world-class O2. I will take it. People don't try. Thank you, father. The emperor was pleased. The prince immediately bowed his head with joy. Not even waiting for the prince to step down, the two princes rushed forward. Baby Feng painting wish father as happy as Dong Hai. Male son. Today I am preparing a special Buddhist ceremony. Instead of the baby's true love. The words in his hands suddenly flashed. A large sword appeared. Banging a sound on the ground shook the entire school. The two princes turned to the emperor and said, "Back to my father. This is the attack. The 8 real foods that the world rare. Babies are hard to find. It's to give to that father." What did you tell your father to hold this for? The emperor laughed and said, Two princes are suddenly stupid. He wanted to give this to the emperor. I want to protect my body. But the emperor said that to protect the TCAs. He oppressed him. Think about here. He was a little hesitant to say it to his father. These 8 products of children. It's much better than that picture. The surgeon sighed. The emperor refused. I got it. Now give me a reward. I hope you can kill the enemy. Protect the homeland for meditation dance. As he said, he wagged his hand. The 2 men immediately brought the school to the bow. Go back to the 2 princes. These 7 situations, the 2 princes were in a hurry. Hurry up and wait for your father. It's not that people like this don't accept your gifts. Sao. My 8 products. Maybe not even that cold picture of the CA. Your Majesty, please withdraw your mind and consider it only once. Keep your eyes on him. The emperor spoke coldly. Courage. Remember me clearly. I reward you, you don't have to. I don't give. I can't resist. They are useless, you know. Coldly looking at it all. Probably most unconsciously laughing coldly. Watch out, this emperor is not as peaceful as he looks. Acceptance for 130 Bankiss. The last 2 princes wished the emperor well. The last one doesn't move forward. The old emperor looked at Vu Vanthong. Thong Hai. They often run east and west, and they know a lot. I'm sure 10 is a lot of fun. I really want to see. What kind of celebration do you prepare for me? To be called in. Vu Vanthong could not shake. On his sweaty forehead shamefully stood up laughing and talking. Ha ha. Father. The Lord has prepared a great feast for you. There's a physical class that can be represented. Say the point. The emperor unconsciously frowned. My face is a little down. Fearful Vu Vanthong rubbed his hands. Sweating like rain. Embarrassed to speak up, but I think. Every day our father taught us. The whole world belongs to my father. So not everything is the father's sow. I will give you anything. Just using your father's stuff. Just give it to your father. The world has morality. Use your stuff to give it back. So the corners of the mouth can't help but contract. The emperor looked at him coldly. Difficulty burning a sip of saliva. Vu Van Thong scratched his head laughing so. Your father understands. The old emperor let out a cold voice. I understand, of course. I am the ruler of a 100-year-old country. Tian Tian tribute. But only my good son. Not prepared either. No, 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 don't get me wrong. I feel that no matter what I prepare, it's all just vulgar stuff. It's hard to show love. My father's respect for you. That's why God is special. Learn to dance for a month. I wish you a happy life, Kong. He hurried and snapped his fingers in front of the emperor. Sign for musicians not far away to play music. Finally, I'm dancing a bizarre dance. People see this. I can't help but get a little nauseous. The emperor could not see anymore. Angry clapping, big scolding, stop. Don't dance anymore. I hope to see you next time. Give me that name of mine. Make sure you don't beat him to death. Thank Father. Death, as if pardoned, hastily curled the celebrant. Go back to your seat. Silently breathing a sigh of relief. It's also considered cheating. The prince took a deep breath, laughed and shook his head. Again, stand up and turn to the emperor. Father, even though the dance of the three brothers is not beautiful, but it's the mind anyway. His will is sincere. May the Father reward you. If anything, is there anything that can be rewarded? With a cold laugh, the emperor said. The prince smiled again. The day of the ceremony. Father, our brothers are brothers. Dear Father, today, give me a reward and two, but only three can't. That's too cold for him. I still hope that God's love will be honored. Give a little reward. It's like trying to dance. I say it again. People from all over the world can be rewarded. It alone cannot be rewarded. In my eyes flashed a ray of light. The emperor laughed and said again. Is there anything you can try? Words just came out. Everyone's face is a little stiff. In the bowels of Ra, it is most likely to touch the nose. Jia-san school wind with impermanent receipt, glancing at each other. I have a little clarity in my heart. There are only two. The prince laughed with contempt. The prince's face was a little unsightly. Again request to speak. Father, please reward the three. Shut up and shout for an hour. The emperor in his eyes appeared tingling. Prince, I remember. There are some things you can't control. Go away. I know I am angry today. The Father is angry. It is also true that there's no mercy. Don't pray for me anymore. Vu Van Chu Mine Ai exclaimed a word of advice to stop. The two princes laughed at the pain. Others laughed coldly at a pseudo-gentleman. A fat guy. It's a brotherly drama. The prince aggressively bit his lip. looking at the cold TIA in the emperor's eyes, to grips tightly to the right. Why is the result like that? He is the prince. Where is it not with Fat Kier? The only one who can't reward in the world. There is no one except the emperor. This friend's words. He is the one who gives the throne. Just why is it? But glancing at Vu Vanthong, I saw him laughing and looking at himself. The prince was even more angry. Finally, this young man understands the father's previous will. He's not good, just pretending to be silly. Immediately after the martial arts hegemony, 7 families with the delegation Kanung. Everyone gives a gift of joy. The emperor also gave a reward. Now the music is playing again. Each shadow of a man follows each other. Dance gracefully. Everyone quietly enjoyed the beautiful scenery. Suddenly a shadow from among the people escaped. 2 hands in front of the emperor. Congratulations, father. Vin Nin wishes his father well. Happy as Dong Hai Life Nam Sun Billion. The emperor could not help but be stunned. Look at the woman in front of you. It was discovered to be a precious jewel. He lifted his hand and laughed. Ha ha. Or forever Nin. This offering of mine is the best present of the day. I got it. Why? Vin Nin laughed and made a joke. Father, you have to give a good reward for the good. Of course, it's just something you want to reward. The emperor laughed for an hour. Baby, look at her. My face suddenly turned red. I look at the best bit. Turn the bracelet on your wrist. Wrinkled his father's voice. I didn't know my father knew soon enough. More, this is also a vow before the mother dies. Emperor Transparency nodded. Towards the big world. Be forever Nin measure fam forward. Just listen up. Today I kissed Vin Nin. The princess and the world. The first butler. Get married immediately tomorrow. What? This word just came out and everyone immediately screamed in amazement. Nin Nin in her heart is happy. Only the most likely is cold. Look at it all. I can't help but grin. Of course it's here. Adultery for 131 inside secret 7 deep in palace. The guards are on strict guard. A defender hand command post. Slowly moving inside. The face is a little heavy. It's like he's about to encounter something scary. I don't know how many stairs down. He finally arrived in front of a dark room. I hesitated for a moment and finally pushed the door in. The man inside heard the door open. Coldly opened his mouth. Why does the old man need me to go to work? Not even waiting for the guard to speak. The guy who's cold is looking for you. If nothing happens, lock him up. There is no this son. 300 years. If you're not a householder, you've kept your integrity. I'll take this from you later. There's this medicine for 300 years as a day. It's been so bad before. Something like this. Whatever you say. You are the guardian angel in your mouth. He immediately threw the medicine in his hand. A wind-tearing sound. Medicine a straight low path passed through the guard. Banging against the wall behind. Make a big bang. The guard immediately rolled his eyes in horror when he saw this scene. Say the same. This place is built with black magic. Very sure that the Kier just gently threw away created a crack. Fear of trembling. If he says the wrong thing, he will lose his life. Think of this town shivering with the right to bow. Be careful to say that the 3-year-old is less angry. This time the Holy Father invited him to come out. The name is hard this time. The wrong person is you 3. The undefeated good fellow, he was imprisoned by the 7 kingdoms for 300 years. Hear the words about 3 Culpine neck hum and our home does not go. Before that, I made a covenant with God. Protect only 7. Don't say anything for you. Do this kind of thing yourself? The guard in his heart laughed. Bow your head again. Master is joking. If this time you get the target, invite the Lord to arrest you. This person is of course a non-ordinary master. Ordinary people can solve it. And you promised that this time you would only do it. The meal will be improved later. How much to improve? Unconsciously frown. The 3-year-old is a little interested. A recollection of Kier's stretching detectorist said. Daily medicine 3 products big holiday for products. Who saw Sao? The neck of 3 Pine quickly changed the color of the face. Said coldly. That's the improvement you said. The body can't help shivering. The mayor shook his head again. Not everyday quartet. Big holidays 5 products 06 products. It's decided that. Hear this word. I finally stood up happily and asked too. That's right. This time you want to catch AI. Before, you never told me to arrest people. We only know how to obey orders. I do not know your thoughts. Ha ha ha. At that time, I heard your Majesty's call to arrest AI. You can catch that person. The guard has difficulty bowing his head. I didn't give her 3 answers. The 3-year-old didn't notice. Smiling your head is right. Even though Sao only needs AI to catch AI, it's not the same. Another dimension. Inside the holy temple just kissed Ra. Everyone present was immediately amazed. The hard prize, cried your Majesty. I didn't even wait for her to finish. The 2 princes have stepped forward. He bent down to raise his father's voice. Goddess mercy to the Holy Mother of God. I loved it for a long time. Please also be the master of the kiss for me. Everyone fell in terror again. This is why. Royal 7 today is the day of the Holy Spirit. All of them are directed to the Emperor. The Emperor, on the contrary, was a little glad. The eyes are not lit up. In the heart of joy. Today, each pillow is brought to the door. He wanted to take the shit out of the Lastra. At this time, the most reliable plan. There's nothing better than robbing a saint here. And then he pushed the boat and he happily nodded. Good job today. I will give you a baby and a girl. Connected to the 2 princes stopped their voices and gave thanks. The body suddenly trembled. I was a little nervous to stand up, but she hasn't even spoken yet. Most likely, he held her hand. The direction she says is secure. Speak with confidence. You are my people. Will not change. When I heard this, my head bowed. In my heart fluttered with shame. The two princes are now sweating. It's a little urgent. He asked his father to marry him. This is not stealing someone else's lover. Other people are not okay. But this is the most likely. The world's first steward. Really no problem Sao. Just thought of this. The two princes couldn't shake a few. Pray silently that nothing will happen. That's right now. He is the most likely to finally speak up. He turned to the emperor and said, Your Majesty, please revoke the holy order. In summer, and do child-girl first love match. Soon married. It's really inappropriate to give a kiss to someone else. It's impossible. Not even waiting for the emperor to speak. The next door didn't believe it. She hurried to cut me off and I was a good sister. We often, through the mist of your vase. If anything happens to you. The princess couldn't help but notice. Look at her stubborn form. Probably the coldest laugh. Of course you found out. And it's all about getting lost. There must be some discovery. Remember the day you celebrated my birthday? There's a girl in bed who doesn't show up. The skeletal body involuntarily trembled. I can't help but be ashamed to think about that day. Dare not to raise your head. Most people probably don't notice that much. Grab the neck, the fog finger. Put it up in front of everyone. That's right, that girl is the do. About this, the whole family can testify. But at the time, he was doing a good thing. Touched by them. Yes, I was there, I saw it. The disgruntled man is willing to testify. When I finished talking, I turned my head and looked at the ordinary. Her face is a little unsightly now. He was often looking at him with a deep sigh. He knew he missed his word and immediately shut up. That's right now. The emperor sat calmly on the dragons. Speak up at will. Tomorrow we will get married as usual. It is thought that the most likely is the plank bone. Built the boat. The emperor will give up. And this word just came out and surprised them. The emperor wanted to divide the two. For my daughter. But the worst part is that they don't listen to his words. Frown and laugh out loud. Your Majesty, I don't want to do this. No one can force us. These 432 words just came out. The emperor shouted at the table in anger. I am the king of a nation 9 to 5. The word of Ra is the most holy word. You must be brave. Dare to do against my will. Watching him rage. GSN had wind with impermanent receipt. Smiling for an hour. The emperor waited so long. It's finally starting to happen. Vin Nin sees the situation is not good. Hurry up and pray for your father. Please be less angry. In fact, Vin Nin has been a good sister with me. Even if you serve a husband later, there's nothing. As for the TCAs, he is not worthy of the title. Goddess people, don't be angry with them. Vin Nin shut up. The emperor did not pay attention to her. Still angry, scolding loudly. A picture of this mantra. I don't have to hold him for a day. The other love is sure to destroy the royal court in